Hello, and today we're gonna be streaming more Torchlight Frontiers, even though it's my Variety Wednesday since I streamed it yesterday. I guess it's fair enough to not stream some variety games today. So starting off, as usual, we'll be leveling up my Railmaster with my AoEmaster build, as I call it. And let's just enter the game and see what we can do. I also created some new chat emotes today for my subscribers. So there's a chat emote for tier 1, an extra one for tier 2, and an extra third one for tier 3 subscribers. I'm not sure if people can see them without subscribing, but if you can do like a preview just to see what they are, I would really like some feedback. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, and why. I did draw them myself on Photoshop, so don't expect them to be the best, but they're animated ones, like not animated but cartoonish, so to say. They're not like my face or anything like that, what usually is being sent as emotes to subscribers. I am again streaming via Restream, and hopefully I wouldn't have the same issues as last night. Because yesterday I was streaming for like 4 hours, no problems, no dropped frames, with 60 frames per second, 720p, 4.8k bitrate. Today I've decided to start with 30 frames per second, 720p, 4000 bitrate, just to make sure that even in the future it wouldn't probably drop some. Time will tell for sure. So for now, when it's not that overloaded with people streaming to restream, their servers are okay, but maybe later on when more streamers start logging in, my streams start getting cut off by the speed since I'm a free user. This is what I believe is happening. I can't think of any other reasonable explanation. Let's level up this queue twice, and there's gonna be one more level up left. Okay, I think I crafted some more maps. Maybe one more. And let's keep it going. I did stop the stream yesterday at level 23, Hyvid Frontier, so today maybe let's try and get 30, like 7 levels. The monsters still haven't voted. I was just giving them some time to load up the texture. Okay, now we know what we're fighting. Way better that. Did we miss anything here? No. Yesterday we got really lucky wood-wise. 2 legendary set items. This tune, well, since it got released, I'm not sure exactly when the release was. I can really double check it quickly if you give me like 20 seconds, just a moment. And thank you for the follow, dude. So let me quickly check when the patch update 5 hit us. That's when this tune got released. And I wasn't focusing on it much because I had to level up my mage to 50-50. As you can see, this one is 50 goblin, 23 Hyvid. So quickly, let me check the exact time when it was created. So update 5. The only sure way, well, not sure, but guaranteed eventually to get a key, is to register on their website. But it could be 1 week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be a month, it could be 2 months. But they're sending alpha keys every week. And I think this update 5, was around the 24th or 25th of April. Let me double check. Okay, it seems 23rd of April was a Tuesday, and they usually do patches on Tuesdays. So I believe on the 23rd of April is when I created this character. Oh boy. It's a bit random because uh, if you can see, altogether it's level 73. I'm level 50, which is the maximum in the Goblin Frontier, and level 23 in this frontier. And you level each frontier separately. And my mage is 50-50, which is a total of 100. And I was focusing on leveling up the mage until like some days ago. And like let's say less than a week ago, I started focusing on leveling up this guy. Roughly, I think it's around 45 minutes per level. It could be even half an hour if you get lucky with good maps, but just say 40-45 minutes, something like that. But it's getting better. It's gonna be better because at the moment it doesn't matter whether the mob is a white monster, a purple monster, green monster, yellow monster, or a boss. They always give the exact same amount of XP. But with an upcoming update, update 6, they're gonna make it so that you get more XP. At the moment, questing can get you halfway, around until level 25 in each frontier. 25, 26, 27. But they're gonna change this. Well, I said they're gonna change that. It's gonna be faster because currently the elite monsters and the bosses and champions etc. give you the same experience as the normal monsters. But that's gonna change. They're gonna give more XP for the better monsters, the harder ones. So it's gonna be even faster. I'm assuming the late levels would probably take around 25-30 minutes max or something like that. I want to see numbers before I can say for sure, but I'm just guessing now when I'm saying those numbers. And they're thinking of expanding the brackets of the monsters in the frontier. Currently you have per se, let me go to the Goblin frontier just to show you. This zone has 3 dungeons. It's a public zone with 3 private dungeons. Yeah, at the moment. But when they add new frontiers, that's gonna add another 50 levels per frontier. And there's some information on the third frontier already. Just a bit like leaks and stuff, and also a code name for the fourth frontier. So we know they're planning at least 4 frontiers before the one. This is a community board for trade where you can see whatever they're working on, whatever they're planning as long-term goals and stuff like that. So as I was showing you this map, this is what a frontier looks like. It's split into 6 public zones, which is this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and that one. And in between those public zones, there's something like a waypoint. And the public zones, each of them have 3 dungeons that are private, where usually the quests take you. So by the time you finish with the last zone in a frontier, you're around level 25, 26, something like that. So the monsters are around those levels, 25, 26, 27. But they're thinking of changing this. And if I were to do it, I would do it 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, then 41 to 45, and 46 to 50. That's what I do the 6 zones levels of monsters and quests and stuff. It makes perfect sense to do it that way. 4 zones of 10 levels and 2 zones of 5 levels each per frontier. So I'm hoping they would do something like this. They already mentioned in their travel board that they're planning of expanding the level brackets for the frontier. Because there is something very cool in those frontiers, and those are some purple, transparent purple beasts called phase beasts, and if you kill one of those, it spawns a portal to a random map with 3 map modifiers and plus 1 item level modifier. And those maps are very good to farm levels and gear in. They're harder than normal maps, but more rewarding. But the only way to spawn those is to farm such beasts. And the high levels farming such beasts is kind of a waste of time because they have to farm low level zones that wouldn't give them XP. They would still get a high level map if a beast spawns a map, but they would have to waste time trying to get a beast to spawn because it's all random. It's like Zana in Path of Exile. Although here if you spend 10-15 minutes in a map, it's guaranteed to, in a public zone, it's guaranteed to spawn a beast eventually, but those 10 or 15 minutes would be wasted time if a level 50 farms a level 20 zone per se. So if they expand the level ups, if they expand the brackets, that would make farming such beasts for higher levels very convenient and nice. Because at the moment what I'm doing is I'm grinding maps. Like after level 20 something, you just grind maps. I You mean option to change? Oh, PvP. No, no, at the moment no PvP. Maybe at some point they might add duels, but for now they're focusing on polishing the PvE features and skills and everything. There's more pressing matters to do PvE wise at the moment. It's very hard to balance this game for PvP, because if you look at this skill, it stuns for 4 seconds, and with some gear items you can add it to like 5 seconds stun or 6 seconds stun altogether. And all you need on this class is to just stun someone, and for those few seconds you can just kill him in a few seconds. So at the moment PvP is very far off if it's gonna get added at all. It's gonna be nice to have dueling just so you can duel your friends for fun, but it's gonna be very difficult to balance it. Ah yeah, I eventually sometimes group with my viewers. I've only grouped with one more person, but I think the team limit is 4 people. But I've never tried more than 2 people in a team, so I can't confirm exactly what the limit. The official Discord channel has four main teams in the channels, so I'm supposing that 4 men is the limit, since even in the Discord channel they limited each different channel to 4 people. Makes a bit sense that. The other way you could get some keys is the American streamers. There are some veteran American streamers who are friends with the developers, and eventually sometimes they get keys from the developers to give away. But so far I've only heard of American streamers getting keys to give. Well, if a boss wrecks you, just level up more, get better gear and try again, and then you should be able to do it. At first when I was doing my mage, I was under geared for one of the bosses and under leveled. And I died like 8, 9, 10 times, then I gave up. I got 2 more levels. I unlocked a new skill that helped me deal with the spawns, the additional monsters, and then I did it on the first try. So if you don't rush the content, you'll be able to solve everything. But the game is not too hardcore, it's not too difficult, it's not too easy either. It's kind of like a balance between casual and hardcore. It's perfect for casual gamers like me that don't want to think too much when making a build. Regardless of what skills you put in your build, you would still be able to complete stuff. Maybe not as fast when you're not using a meta build, but it's still gonna be viable. It's not gonna be like complete trash. So whichever skills I put in my skill bar, eventually I'll still be able to do the content. Maybe a bit slower than meta build skills, but I'm still gonna get there eventually. They kind of made such balance that there aren't skills that are too overpowered compared to the others, which is kinda nice. It allows for flexibility and experimentation when making a build. This class is like a summoner usually, but I'm not using the summon. I'm using a more non-standard build, a build that doesn't involve using the train. I can show you just a moment. I'll show you what I mean. This is what I mean by a summon. You're laying tracks and you have a train that goes in those tracks. And he just follows you, and you can make him to buff you, you can make him to give you shields, you can add a mortar cannon that shoots at the monsters for a lot of damage, more damage than the base card. No worries, man, I love that stuff. I love answering questions and giving some information to my viewers. And you have some relic weapons which give you good passive skills. And when you activate a relic weapon, I'll do it now. Just let's see. And see, I have 30 seconds duration on the relic weapon. And it gives me, this specific relic weapon gives you 5 stacks of attack speed. So you get up to 25% attack speed. 5 times 5. So each hit gives you that 5% attack speed and stacks up to 5 times. And for that duration, you're also using the stats of your relic weapon, which I'll show you in a moment. And this specific relic weapon also gives me an active skill. It's the only relic weapon at the moment that gives an active skill besides the passive skills. So as you can see, this one, what I'm finding is a unique monster. And it's stronger than the end of map boss. I'll kill the end of map boss here, just so you can see. You see how fast this one died? This was the end of map boss. And this that I'm killing now is a regular unique monster. And it's stronger than the end of map boss. Which is something that I've been talking about, that end of map monsters need to be buffed, need to be stronger. Some of them are very strong, especially in the Goblin Frontier. There's two pretty nice balanced bosses, but the others are pretty easy and you can like 2-3 shot them. Whereas some unique legendary monsters can be very difficult to deal with. So as I was saying about relic weapons, this is the one I'm using. As you can see, it's level 24 out of 50. Because of my level, it's getting downscaled depending on the content I'm playing. So high level gear gets downscaled if you go to a low level zone. And this levels up as you level up. And the passive skill is here, 5% attack speed when you hit and stacks up to 5 times. And sword smash is the skill I'm using. It's this skill that the weapon gives me. And I'm using it in my build because it doesn't cost endurance to cast the skill, unlike my other skills. So it's like a filler for. And it's kind of like a strategy of mine, combining. And there's two more relic weapons. And in order to craft a relic weapon, you need to kill specific bosses that can drop a relic weapon core. And then you also need to gather some materials like this, like the sandstone bow. And eventually, while you're gathering those, sometimes they drop some rare materials, which you need. And there's also intermediate materials which you can craft, like advanced materials, so to call them. So you take stones and you make bricks with them, or you take wood and you make planks, and you take metal and you make tin bars. So there's relic weapons that you can craft, and the relic weapon system is also gonna go through a rework, so it's gonna change. How, I have no idea, but hopefully for the better. And another thing you can craft is decorations for your base, for your fort. Like per se how in Path of Exile you have your home base, like hideout, and you can decorate it. And you have a fort here that you can craft decorations and decorate as well. And you can craft skill stations, you can craft crafting stations, you can craft something that's called Mapworks device, or something like that, where you craft maps, specific maps that you want to do, like gearwork maps, goldwork maps, etc. You craft those with gold currently, like 500 gold for a green map, 250 I think for a white map. So I think I've pretty much summed up most of the things, but if you see something that I'm doing and want to ask, feel free to, or if you have any other questions. The skill system is also going to be reworked, and we do know some information. This is the link. This is the link to an official document by the developers that can show you what the skills of each three classes would look like after the skill changes are implemented. And some skills are hidden because they haven't been announced yet, so they're like redacted in that document for the public. So the skill system that we have at the moment, where you kill monsters, they drop skill points, you collect skill points and unlock and level up skills, is gonna go away in change for the one I linked. Okay, I think I cleared every monster in this map. Let me send my pet to sell some items while I go to my fort. My machine seems to be slow when loading up my assets in the fort, although it doesn't seem to be just me. Many other people have been saying that this is taking too long for them sometimes as well. When they go into their fort, it's empty and it takes a while for all the textures of the various decorations to load. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for it to load, I'll spam this skill. Because it's lagging and it's allowing me to spam it without getting the cooldown. Okay, there we go. So this is my map device. This is where I craft maps. You select the different type of map you want, and the skill maps are gonna go away when the skill system is changed. So they're gonna be replaced probably by XP maps or something. I don't know. They'll decide what to put there. So you select the map. You select for which frontier you want to craft the map, and then you craft it, and then you go into your inventory under potions, and there's the maps, and you can just use the map and it opens a portal. And if you're changing your gear between the frontiers, you can put your Goblin frontier gear in the wardrobe and use the Hyvid frontier gear, or vice versa. Per se, I have most of my gear in the warehouse as Goblin gear, Goblin frontier gear, and I'm wearing my Hyvid frontier items, with few exceptions that are Goblin items. And you have your stash here. You start with 3 stashes, but with contracts, which is like a uh, how do I say it, like a battle pass system, something similar. You can get additional stash tabs. There has been only one season so far, since it's a new system, and this one season gave us at the end of the season, at the level 25 fame, it gave us a reward extra stash tab. So I'm assuming the next one that's probably getting released next week or the week after is it's gonna give us another 4 weeks of weekly quests and daily quests. and what's of fame to farm for another 25 levels of contract, with some decorations and maps and stuff as rewards. And this is a system that they're gonna use to monetize the game. And there's gonna be free content and paid content, free path and paid path in this contract system. And all the cosmetic items are going to be under the paid path, whereas all the blue, green items, etc. would be in the free path. So something normal, balanced, and very standard. Nowadays, many games use such systems, so it's not surprising. It's even a nice system to use in ARPG, because ARPGs so far haven't used such systems. It's usually shooters and MOBA games that use such systems, but it really fits into such a game, because this is a game where you actually go and do quests. It's not like play 200 games as a warrior or play 5 games as a support or something like in the MOBA game. In here you actually do normal proper quests like kill etc monsters in etc zone. So it really fits well to have such a system here. There's also legendary great maps that we got during the first season of the contract system, which was pretty nice, like 50% increased gear work compared to the 20% that a green map can give. So we got a bundle of 5 such maps for one of the levels. And since there's no PvP, selling XP probably won't be an actual pay to win, because there's no competition regarding who gets to level up faster and so on. So I personally would be okay if they sell some XP items, although many people wouldn't be, so it depends what they'll do, whether they would be selling XP gaining maps when the game releases or not. For now we can just wait and see. As for teaming up with others, the monsters won't give you experience if they're more than 4 levels lower than your level. So if you're level 30 and if you go into a 25 zone, you would not be getting XP. You would still get items, but the items would be the level of the monsters, which are usually the level of the zone. So here I'm doing a level 23 zone, I'm level 23, so I'm getting level 23 items from those monsters. And it's a 23 zone because I summoned the portal at level 23. When you're doing maps, it summons a portal equal to your frontier level. I think that was everything I could think of about introducing the systems of the game to someone who hasn't played the game. Elite, an invisible elite. It's usually the flyers that become invisible. That's either a bug or a mechanic. Since they're insects, they might have some sort of camouflage. And it's only this specific type of monster, the fires, that become invisible for me. So I'm not sure whether it's a glitch, but it's interesting. Even the bosses that are fire sometimes are invisible. But you can see the circle so you know where the monster is actually. Whereas when it's a normal fire, you wouldn't be even able to see the circle. Just some missiles, poison missiles coming towards you. Or not missiles, but let's say projectiles. Different maps have different mods. Currently I'm doing a damage enhanced map, which means I think the monsters have double damage, or at least 50% more damage. But I really think it's double. I need to probably ask someone from the developers if I want the exact numbers, or someone of the veteran players. Let's do some bit of gathering. I really don't need the gathering materials at the moment, but it's good to stock up because you never know what decors they might add for the fort at some. Currently, I've got everything I need in my fort, maybe even too much stuff inside it. I'll have to wait what they'll bring us with the new contract season. I'll probably have to remove some stuff and add some of the new rewards from there if I like. What I'm doing now is I'm just sending items to my pet, to the pet inventory, and when it's full or almost full, I send him to the town to sell those items. It's pretty nice feature that was transferred from Torchlight 2. I'm good. I'm very really happy that they kept that good system and added it into this game as. Since in Torchlight 2 the pets were very nice little helpers to have around. In here I'm hoping something similar would happen once the pet system is complete. With all its planned updates and features and things to add. I'm running low on potions, so I might have to go to the town after this. Still haven't been there, so let's go there now. It's roughly 3 maps per level up in this frontier. Whereas in the Goblin frontier, if you get the correct maps, 2 maps would be enough for a level up. If you get some maps with better density of monsters. Use my relic weapon here to speed things up. Okay, is the pet full? Seems like it is. Oh, that hit so many. Nice. Probably would get killed here because I don't have any potions. Yeah, as I assumed. Well, at least I killed them. At least maybe 1 or 2 were left alive, but that's okay. 1 or 2 mobs. My inventory is full. I'll quickly go to the town to sell those items and buy some potions. My pet just returned as well. No point to run all the way back there just for a couple of monsters. Okay, I've got enough money to buy some potions now. Let's buy like maybe 10. Okay, like this, so we can get 1 more map. Some maps drain your potions, where others fill them up, depending on how difficult they are. I'm also playing on the lowest details to make sure the stream is as smooth as it can get. But if someone wants me to temporarily bump the settings to the maximum so they can see something like some items, models and stuff like that, or the environment, I wouldn't mind doing it. Again, I am like waiting for the monsters to load up. They're somewhere here, they're hitting me. Maybe if I come closer to the guards could show me where the monsters are. Oh, there we go. I've even killed some of them while waiting, it seems. Okay, there should have been more spawning in this little part there. Strangely enough, it didn't. Another damage enhanced map, so I'll be taking some hits. This map has a boss that's easy to kill, but the boss can easily kill you as well, because it does some toxic pulls that can drain your HP in a matter of like second and a half or 2 seconds if you stay inside it. And if you're a melee character, you have to eventually go hit the monster from close range and stay inside the pool that it makes around itself. So probably just kill him with my longer ranged skill, like the dynamite and the ghost train. Okay, I missed some monsters. I wanna get back. No, and a potion. Always nice when you get a potion when you're low on them. Oh, there's a charger that I missed. I don't even know how I've missed this guy. He's pretty big. Let's do a bit of gathering, just for the fun of it. Almost level 24 by the way, that's quite Let's see. I think the correct way is here, so let's do that way first. Just to clean the monsters there. I think I could use a new weapon. This one starts to stop cutting it anymore. Also, why am I using the shield when it's not a toxic map? When I get to level 34-5, I'll be able to get some... Oh, that's nice. That's really something I need. So as I was saying, when I get to like level 34-5, I'll be able to get some good offhands. Focus offhands. They currently don't drop for this hero, so if you're playing Railmaster, focus items won't be able to drop. But you can still wear them if you farm them on another character and give it to the Railmaster. So I've got some saved up from my Mage. I'm currently using this one, but it's a level 16 Goblin. So if I'm level 23 Hyvid, if I use a level 20 T-Goblin, there would be no level downscaling. Because level downscaling is 3 levels. So using other frontier item with 3 levels lower than your current frontier level should give you the maximum item stats you can get. But if like I'm using a level 21 goblin item now, it will get downscaled to 20. And now, since I'm 24, it will be okay to use a 21 goblin item without downscaling. As for the downscaling, I'll show you in a moment what I mean. It's this thing here, look. It's level 37 gloves, and they're getting downscaled to 20 because I started the map at level 23, even though I'm 24 now. So with my next map, they would be downscaled to level 21. And this is just a penalty for using something from the wrong frontier level, frontier type. This armor actually gave me quite some good DPS boost. I barely had any damage on the one that I was using, which was, what was it, this one, 3.8. It was a level 4 armor. So yeah, 23 armor, definitely good DPS boost, almost half the DPS. And it also gave me HP, because this one had 15.4, this one is 17.6. Only lost a bit of poison resistance, but it's really barely any difference. I got a lot of Hyvid resistance now, so that's good. I still prefer to have poison resistance compared to Hyvid resistance, so I can deal better with toxic fields, which is the thing that would end up killing people the most in those maps if they're not careful. I'm trying to get used to playing this hero without the poison resistance passive, since I know the passives would go. I'm talking about this skill. So getting used to playing without it, it's better for now, knowing that all the passive skills will be removed. The one thing I'll be missing when the passives get removed would be the crit chance. I'm not sure if crit chance builds would be viable anymore. We'll have to wait and see if there's gonna be more ways to get crit chance to compensate for the missing passive skill. Let's clear the dead end before moving forwards. Do I have to sell the pet now? Okay, I can give him some more items before I send him. Let me spawn as many as I can and gather them for AoE. Group up, and shoot. Ah, and they split up in the last moment. It's like a game of bowling, having to group them up like keks and shooting with this, which was now invisible, like a real ghost train would be. I'm really hoping that later on in the game they would make some items that have the same material. You see that ethereal, like transparent looking material. This can easily help them make new undead items. They still have some undead items that have like green glowing stuff, like this one. It has this bluish glow in the eyes and stuff like this. What was I using? Was I using this one and this one? But having some material looking ghost swords and great swords and stuff like this would be pretty decent. Even if it's taking the model of this sword and making it transparent like that, would be quite a nice thing to have. And some armors with such textures. Oh, especially a shield with such a texture. If it's like taking the model of this shield and making it with such glow would be pretty cheap way to make a decent looking item. And taking a skull, like a goblin skull or something, and making it like this for a focus item. A transparent goblin skull. Okay, I think it's time to send the pet. Better sooner rather than later. And this is the boss that I'm talking about. It's over here. Let's get rid of those and then deal with the boss. Almost died there. That's the toxic pulse I was talking. So boss down. Time to clean up whatever's left. If only I had a better version of this stuff that I can wear right now. Yesterday I was so lucky in the second map I did for the day. I got 2 legendary items, I think. I think the items were those shoulders for level 16 and this one for level 16. Then later on, few levels later, I got this helmet. Yeah. So that was good work, like 3 legendaries for the few levels yesterday. Let's see if it will vote the textures quickly this time or whether we'll have to wait spam some ghost trains in the meantime. Seems like we'll have to spam some ghost trains in the meantime. And there we go. It voted. Crafting the next map and going in. So 1 level down. I think 6 more to go. Let's say my limit for today would be hitting level 30 in this frontier. Should be doable in the next 4 hours. It's 7 PM, I'm planning on playing until like 10, 11, something like this. Okay, there should be some monsters, but let's wait for them to spawn. They're hitting my pet now. I'm not sure whether it's ranged attacks or something. Oh, there we go. Now I can see what legendary monsters. I'm gonna use my relic weapon just to make things a bit fast. Literally, because it gives me attack speed. Okay, those are clean. Now, maybe let's go back here before going. Did we miss anything? Yeah, we missed something here. This hammer skill is also a movement speed skill. It's not just a damage skill. And since the animation allows you to move while spinning, you can also use it to dodge stuff or to go behind bosses. It's one of my favorite skills from this build, along with Ghost Train. Okay, let's wind them up like this. One, two, three is a combo for this build. Like you do the blasting charge to debuff the enemies to take 50 extra damage, you stun them in place, and then you do the knockback to finish them. I don't always do the combo. In fact, most of the times I don't even bother doing it, but it's a useful combo to have. That's why I actually even place them in this order. Okay, let's get them to spawn and to follow me around here. Maybe some more monsters would spawn here. No. Okay, let's shoot then. Okay, let's go this way first. Poison Shrine. Better than nothing, so not gonna be mad about the shrine. The best would have been a haste shrine. Oh, actually this is the correct way, so I have to backtrack. I did a mistake here. I thought this is a dead end, so I went for it first. Now I made the map longer by a minute or two. Or I could skip some monsters, but that's gonna be some XP missed. Oh, nice. Good thing I came back then. Farming those potions. Oh, those took their time to spawn. I was right there next to them, but he didn't get triggered. The goblins on this map, when they die, they spawn some larva monsters. I think it's Warvi or whatever, the Poro. So with one kill you're getting like 3 kills worth of the XP when you get a goblin in this map. Oh, let's get this. Every little bit of gold helps. On my mage I often found myself farming more gold than I need, then I had to spend it on some fort decoration. But on this character, so far it's every now and then spending some gold for potions, but everything else goes towards maps. And you can only carry 20 potions, 4 stacks of 5, so anything after that you can't wood, because you can't even sell the potion. Actually, I haven't tried selling potions, but I'm pretty sure we probably can't. If I can sell potions, that's another way to make money on my mage. How did I get stuck in the knot? My pet is pretty strong at the moment, so as long as he hits, he's doing a lot of damage, but he's mostly staying around me and barely doing any hits. Overpowered pets that don't attack much but still do shit tons of damage, which is quite nice. I've done experiments leaving a pet to solo a boss, but that was before they nerfed the damage of the pets, cause it got glitched after one of the updates. Then they patched it with the hotfix, but it seems that it's still decent damage what the pets do. Like let's leave him to see if he'll kill monsters with one hit. Let's kill some of them so they don't kill. Yeah, I think 2 hits and a monster dies from the pet. We can experiment with the skeletons if they're not too powerful. And just try and kill most of them so it's only 1 or 2. Let's see. Yeah, that took like 30 or 40% HP with 1 hit. Pretty good damage. And it didn't say it was a crit, so nice. I think we're getting pretty close to where the boss is. 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. I think maximum 5 sections is what we are gonna get in this map. They're so spread out, a bit difficult to gather them for AoE. I wish I could hide those quests here. The quest, because at the moment I'm not bothering with my quests until I'm max level. I had to pause doing the quests until they get fixed. Now they are fixed. With the last hotfix I think there's no blocks. But before there was a moment where you would reach like a quest that can be completed and you would have to just do maps. So when I started this frontier I decided to just skip all the questing and go straight into mapping. And by the time the quests were fixed I was quite out leveled for my quest, so I didn't feel like doing zones that wouldn't give me XP. I will eventually complete them so they don't stay on my on my head. Oh boy, yeah, those were difficult. My potion was in cooldown. Now the painful part is getting all the way back there. But we can live with it. It's not something worth getting angry about. If they weren't legendary monsters but normal monsters, I probably wouldn't even bother going all the way back there. Shields really do help a lot on tough content. The damage mitigation when you're blocking attacks is so good. Some people prefer to stack HP on their gear, so in such cases probably an HP shield would be better. But I don't stack HP, I stack defense and physical damage on the gear that can give me HP. Those are the two items that can give you HP from the armor. And they also are the only two items that can give you physical damage, flat physical damage. So I stack that instead of HP. That's why when I get shields, I prefer to get more block chance than HP. Not getting hit is, I think, better than having more HP to soak the hit. But different builds want different stuff. Like if I get an armor with 3 times HP and legs with 3 times HP, then I'll definitely be okay by having a shield with 2 times HP for some uber stack. At level 50, if you go for a DPS build with block chance, you probably get like 30k HP. But with HP stacking, you can probably get around 40k HP. So that's a really nice difference there. So it turned out it was worth coming back here. I managed to finish the legendary and then there was a unique or elite monster. So not much of a waste to run all the way back. I'll go port to my base. I'll quickly let the pet sell some items, and while it's loading the fort assets, I'll go quickly for a bathroom break. Okay, not this. Okay, be right back. Okay, and I'm here. It seems like it still hasn't loaded my my assets. This is nice. I didn't notice this before. There's some spinning particles like spiral. Is that supposed to be dust particles? There's one here. There's a shining particle here. Okay. The things you start noticing when the fort is empty. There we go, more spirals. Can we somehow make it to zoom in on? That's as close as we can get to it. Nice little touch there by the animators or whomever made this. I'm gonna quickly check my storage for something that I can wear that's better than what I've got. Because I've outleveled the sword I'm using. It's 21, so I need something slightly better. Sadly, in here I'm seeing the maximum damage of the item. I'm not seeing the downscaled damage, which will be applied when I'm in the specific zone. This is something I wish I could do sometime, like switch in between the levels. It's showing me the maximum level here for this frontier, and I wish I could see downscaled items for the Hyvid frontier. So if I use this, would I have more damage when it's downscaled all the way to level 21, I think. I'll try it, I'll do this. And what else should I try? Oh, that's Goblin. It's something for the Hyvid frontier, around level 20 plus. Any any Goblin weapon would be downscaled to my level -3. So I'm thinking of something that has more damage and flat damage instead of critical damage. I think that was it. Maybe I could use this as well, but no crit chance, so it's worthless. This one won't be that bad. Let's try it as well. Okay, let's go. One of the two items I got should be better than what I'm using. even with the downscaling of the level. The 23 Goblin Sword was showing 400 DPS. Now it's showing 331 with the penalty of 2 levels. And this one 220. Yeah, this one is not as good. But it gives me crit chance. This one is giving a lot because of the burn duration. This really adds up. 172 flat, 209 flat. Yeah, definitely gonna use this. Okay, I have to wait for my frontier to work for my level. There we go. Now I can change my weapon. Oh, actually it already changed itself. The best damage over time currently is the poison. As you can see here, I'm applying a stack of fire, but no more than 1 stack. And when it's poison, you can apply up to 3 stacks of poison on a single enemy. Bleeding is also just 1 stack, and bleeding also doesn't work on undeads, like on skeletons, not all undeads. I think you can set zombies to on rent or whatever it's called. You can put them into a bleeding state. And the ice weapons don't have a damage over time, but they have like chilled and frozen states. So they are good for extra crowd control. If you're going for a tank build for group play, if there are some tough group content planned, I'd assume freeze tanks would be very nice. Not doing much damage but freezing everything inside, so they wouldn't get hit all the time. It would be nice to see an ice shield that freezes enemies that hit you. It's gonna be a fun item to have in the game. Along with the frost mace that we have currently, it's gonna be a nice combo for some tank build. To survive. Okay, let's use my relic weapon on. Okay, another legendary. I mean legendary not I need to stop saying legendary when I see those legendary monsters. What's with this skeleton? He took his time spawning. Okay, that was badly aimed. It only hit the egg pot. Let's aim better this time. Let's send the pet to sell before he gets full inventory. Now this is gonna hit those there. Yeah, it did. Only got as far as the egg pod, but still. Any mobs here? Oh yeah, quite. Okay, that hurt. Almost got me this charge bug. Charge bucket is the name of the monster. Okay, this was an invisible skill that I've used. Let's wait for them to spawn up. Really loving the animation of the. It's like a cloud, a fog around the monster's head. Okay, I should go there. Oh wait, I came from there. Okay, I should go forward. My bad. Oh, shit, almost missed a whole group of monsters there. Few maps ago I was having potion issues. Now, after a few maps of farming potions, like easier maps than the other ones, I was at 20 potions already. A lot of zigzagging in those types of layouts of maps. By the way, if any of the viewers plays the game and wants to group up, I would love to, especially if you're close by to our levels, for some Hyvid maps around level 20 and high. If you're lower level, I could still carry in maps my level. You just won't be getting items your level, and it's gonna be items as per the map level. Okay, legendary skeletons. Let's use the relic weapon just for extra bit of attack. Well, that was easy. My pet wrecked him. Two survivors. Oh, actually just one from that AoE spin. Some skill points here. Almost at level 20 of that skill. Which one was it? This one. So I think I need around 500 skill points. Probably by the end of this map I'll have enough to max level that skill for extra damage. Okay, this was a good combo. When I use the dynamite on the monster to take 50% increased damage, and when my pet crits, it's amazing because my pet does 250% almost damage when he crits. Because he's got like 90 something extra crit damage bonus. So that's like almost 500 damage, 500% damage when he's doing the extra 50. Or okay, not that much, I'm bad with math, like 375 I mean. So 375 damage isn't bad at all, percent. I wanna try, for the end game, I wanna try such a build with a lot of crit chance and crit damage stacked. But it's very difficult to farm for such one, it would take some grinding. And I still have one more character to level up after this guy. But maybe I will level up my forged once the XP changes are in place. I think that's it, that's the map. Let's go to the portal. Okay, let's see. Let's just go straight into the next map. Oh, I just want to check if I can level up my skill. Oh yes, I can. Okay, level 20. Now this is the next one I'll be leveling. Did it load up? If I'm getting attacked, oh, nice, it loaded up the monsters right away. Ah, stop running. Annoying flyers. They're like mosquitoes. The most annoying. So nice when you dive in with this hammer spinning right in the middle of a group of monsters. Oh, it's a Nimbo map mod. Pretty easy to deal with this one. And already halfway to the level 50 mark for this frontier. Total of level 75, so quarter more of the total left. Oh, this is what I call the train to heaven or the Jesus Express. When the ghost train goes towards the sky. It's one of the nice looking bugs in the game. And in the Goblin Frontier on the Eerie Grove map, which has some bridges, wooden bridges and stuff, sometimes I could succeed in getting the skill to go towards the ground, towards the water, which is what I call the Hades Express. Couldn't think of another befitting name, but I'm sure someone could. So nice, smashing with the hammer on the ground and all those bugs popping. Let's get some explosions going on. Now I'm gonna spam some more dynamite. Nuking them with the dynamites. Cause why the fuck not? It's funny. Although this one would require some close range combat. Okay, I'm gonna use my relic weapon to speed it up. Okay, there should be some more here. Okay, I think the pet would be full now. Yeah, let's send him to sell. Here, shrine. I'll use that in a second. Okay, time to use it. This attack speed of the monsters when so many ranged at the same was a bit dangerous, so I had to bail until my potion reached. So nice to use the hammer spin when you have the movement speed. Oh, the pet's still not here. Okay. Won't be looting some items for a while. 20 more seconds. Thought more monsters would spawn on that cave there. Guess I was wrong. Getting pretty close to the boss. Think he's right around the corner there. Good XP so far in this. Oh, nice. They lined up perfectly for that train. It seemed like it didn't hit all of them, so maybe they have some dodge chance, or it's just the collision of the train still glitching every now and then. Legendary, the first one for today. Oh, and it's what? An armor, chest piece. Perfect, perfect, just what I needed. Physical damage, HP. I would have preferred something else instead of the potion work, but I'll take it. My DPS would jump to 1500. Oh, 511. This one I probably should keep for a Wobby, but screw it. I just sell it. Okay, not bad. Let's see the model on this beauty. Not bad, not bad. Oh, and the backpack is nice, and there's some teeth here. Okay, I'm loving this arm. I really want to see what the whole set looks like from this frontier for this character. Oh shit, I almost died there because I was stuck doing my animation, the spinning animation inside the toxic field. There we go, Jesus Express. My goal for the day is level 30 frontier, but I probably wouldn't make it on time before I end streaming, cause I would stream for another 3 hours, maybe 2 hours. It's 8 p.m. now, so until 10 or 11. Although I might have to make a break for some burgers at some point. And while I'm doing a break, I'll probably stop the stream. No point on keeping it running. So probably a few more maps, one more level, and then I'll make a break. Short, like half an hour break to cook some burgers. Oh, this is nice. This is a nice upgrade, I think. I'll have to check how many damage I'm losing inside the maps. Okay, let's go. Well, I'm hoping you get into this, and thank you for saying this. Yeah, I try to play chilled. I try to play like casually, not much raging and stuff. At least this game doesn't get me to rage, but even if I do, I guess it happens sometimes. And this is amazing. This game has so much potential to become something as good as Torchlight 2 and even better. At the moment, Torchlight 2 is the better game out of the two, it's just outdated. But this is still alpha and it's like early to say what the game would look like when it's completed. It's finally time for a decent new Torchlight franchise game to be released, and this is the perfect system for such a game, I think. Most people don't like the frontiers, so let's say not most, but it's 50-50. Some people like the system the way it's at the moment, having to level up from the frontiers separately. Others think that it's the other way around. I really like it. I'm a big fan of the frontier system. The way the gear is made, separate gear for its frontiers, but still being able to wear items from different frontiers just with a pen. It makes it exciting when they release a new frontier. It's like a new expansion, like new act getting released and having to start from zero almost in this new act instead of getting your character's old high level gear into the act and just smashing through everything. That way they don't have to raise the level cap all the time when new content is released to make it more challenging so that your old gear would feel weak and there's gonna be power creep. So in a way that kind of gets rid of the power creep that many ARPGs have. When they release expansions they get like 5 more levels level cap so you can do some more difficult content. You have 3 levels penalty, like if I'm using items from a different frontier they're gonna be always 3 levels lower. So if I'm doing level 50 content, which is the max, with the wrong gear items, they're gonna be level 47 items. Like, do I have a level 50 on me? Like this one, if I use it in the Goblin Frontier, since it's a Hyvid Frontier Sword, it will be always level 47 in level 50 map. So far we know about 4 frontiers. We have 2 of them. We have seen some teases about the third frontier with some mechanical flying monsters. And we know the code name of the fourth frontier, which is further out in the development path. So as I suspected, this is better than my current sword. More flat damage because of the 2 levels difference. And this one, more flat damage, but I'm gonna lose the burn. Actually, not the burn, I'm gonna lose the blind. I still prefer a sword because it hits 3 targets instead of 1. Currently the game has 1 broken weapon and this is the staffs. The staffs hit faster than one-handed swords and they hit for more damage. And they shouldn't hit as fast as one-handed swords and faster. They should hit as fast as great swords. But I think there's a glitch that makes them to reach the maximum attack speed all the time. I can try and show it if I have a staff. No, I don't. Well, if a staff drops, I'll show you. Let's try with this one. Oh, that's a great blade. Wow, what a interesting great blade. I still believe that two-handed weapons for the end game are kind of lacking in regards to mods, since you're losing a bit of mods. You're gaining more flat damage when you're using a two-handed compared to one-handed, but with the one-handed you can gain more mods by gaining a focus item like this one. So if you get a focus item with crit damage and crit chance and maybe flat damage, you eventually have more DPS than having a crit damage, crit chance two-handed weapon. Not to mention you can stack crit damage and crit chance on both the one-handed weapon and the focus side. So double the crit chance, double the crit damage. Oh, let's gather them up over there. Just so we can hit more with A. Okay, something happened and I wagged out a bit. Okay, I need to get rid of some. Let's send the pet to the town. One of the good systems from Torchlight 2 that they kept is being able to send the pet to the town. And the pets will go through many transformations, the whole pet system. It's still really early in its development. At the moment the pets are really weak compared to what they could be. And destroy the whites and take the greens. Whites are what? Only 8 gold. Regardless of what level the white item is, it will always be 8 gold. And the green item, regardless of the level, would be 30 gold. Blue is 60 and legendary is 100. So this is something that many game developers could learn about. That makes it worth farming WoW level maps with your WoW friends so you can get some gold while helping them speed through their content. And it will be challenging because your gear will get downscaled in a WoW level map. So you won't be just one-shotting everything. Well, you still will be one-shotting stuff because that's the way the game is. But you won't be just breezing through it. Oh, one survived. It's my game of bowling in this game with this skill. I try to get as many monsters as I can and then I shoot my bowling bow train in the hopes of getting a strike. I'm really looking forward to some achievements later on in the game, like hit etc. number of monsters with this skill or kill etc. monsters in a single map or stuff like that. Or a tracker of how many monsters you've killed altogether, like in Grim Dawn. I think Grim Dawn was the game that had such a tracker, if I'm not mistaken. It might be a different game, but in any ways it's fun to see how much you've grinded on a specific character. Or total gold voted for the whole account, since the gold is account wide, it's not per character. The Haze Shrine combined with this skill is pure awesome sauce. Oh, another Jesus Express. Okay, the boss is nearby. I'll use my relic weapon and go destroy. Okay, I can barely see what I'm fighting, but I'm just spamming this. This builds combo, I said it earlier in the stream, this is the combo 1, 2, 3. I don't always do it, but it's a good combo. First you get them to take more damage, then you stun them in place, and then you do the spinning knockback. Or the ghost train, but the ghost train is gonna be difficult because you would already have low endurance. Unless you're on a endurance shrine, you won't be able to do 1, 2, 4. Okay, I think that was it. Unless there's some more monsters spawning here. No, it doesn't seem like. Okay, I think 1 or 2 more maps. I'll stop the stream for like half an hour to go and eat some dinner. And then I'll return for more grinding all the way until hopefully level 30, if not at least 28, 29. I also need to check if this helmet won't give me more gear work now. With the downscaling to what level was I? 25, so it will get downscaled to 22. Hopefully it will give me more than 21.6 when it's downscaled. And this weapon, I really want to keep it for outs. So let's get rid of another poison sword I had somewhere here. Was this it? 15, level 15, level 21. Oh, this one, level 14. So let's get rid of this and add this. Maybe get rid of this one as well. This I won't need. This is level 36, far from it. This is 43, way far from. Nothing new that I can wear. This 37. This I really need. Okay, I'll have to wait a few more levels before I can get some of my spare items. Let's craft one more map. In the meantime, go and do one more. Did we get lucky now with the monsters spawning? I think they're still invisible. Let's see. Yeah, still no texture. Nothing's attacking me though, so I probably killed them. Yeah, I must have killed them. At least we didn't wait too long this time. Jesus Express again. Sometimes my crit chance gets glitched. I'll quickly check if that's the case now. 19% seems the way it should be. Really loving those quotes when you bind a foe. Okay, go sell pet, go sell. I forgot to send him to sell while I was teleporting back to the base at the end of the level. Let's get more to spawn up. AoE Bonanza. AoE's galore. Such a interesting character to play. The skills and the skill animations on this guy I really like. Usually not that big of a fan of melee characters, but this one I particularly find very enjoyable to play. Okay, I use my relic weapon to make things faster. Let's quickly rush into this spot. Okay, almost missed those. Those two are so tempting right next to each other, two deposits. Let's gather them. Nice. What was it called? Ember ore. Nice. Okay, level 26. So 2 hours 24 minutes since I started streaming and 3 levels in total game. And I'm not even rushing to be fast when I'm doing the stuff. I'm having long load times as well. Of not the maps but the assets of the map. So it's pretty decent compared to the end game leveling in some other games. And that's without the changes that are coming to XP that would make things even faster and more pleasant level up wise. Like this guy now, this skeleton would give me as much XP I would get from a single larva mob. Me? I've already told you, bro, I'm from your country. We spoke about this once, if you remember. How are you, Mitak? Are you well today? I'm stopping the stream for an hour, for half an hour or so to make some food after this map. But feel free to watch in like, let's say around 9 p.m. our time. It's 8:25 now. So at 9 p.m. probably I'll be back with some more. Just gotta go make some food and eat. No worries, dude, no worries. Okay, almost done with this map. I use my relic weapon just to get that attack speed boost. To get rid of those fast. The only way to get into Alpha is to get Wookie and get an invite. Let's go back there quickly. So there's two ways, to be honest. One of them is to get a key. The other one is to get your account approved. So if you haven't registered on torchlightfrontiers.com, go ahead, sign up for Alpha. And the other way to get is to watch some of the American streamers. There's 2 or 3 of them that are close with the developers. They are veterans and they have been playing probably since the beginning. And sometimes the developers give them keys to give away. I think Fox in Tactic and Badger Attack are the 3 people that I know are veterans in streaming for quite a while and sometimes do giveaways. Each week a lot of people are getting invited, so the community is growing by the week, man. They're more active with the invites now after the past few weeks. Before I think it wasn't as often that they were inviting, but now they seem to After it went into Alpha 3, they started inviting more people and more often. Because there's not gonna be any more wipes from what I've understood. The last wipe was before Alpha 3. It's good that way. Okay, a lot of skeletons spawned. And I love that XP. Look, I just hit 26 earlier. Look at my XP already. Already around 10% or so. Probably 15 by the end of the month. That's some good density. Oh, and my relic weapons already regained. Okay, a lot of monsters. Quite happy about it. Oh, this didn't hit them. It hit the what's it called? The map decoration. Okay, well that's it for now. I'll be back in half an hour with some more streaming, but I really need to have some dinner. Thanks everyone who joined, followed, subscribed and so on. And see you later.